right, welcome to another episode of the GT Sports Keep It 100 podcast, talking pro college sports. Today, this morning, Saturday morning, I'm going to be talking NFL. The NFL is just around the corner. I'm excited about the NFL season. I'm excited about football season, best time of the year for me. So I thought, come on out and start talking about the NFL teams. I'm not going to make any predictions on where I think they're going to, if they're going to win the division or if they're going to land in second or third place or last place. I'll do that after training camp. Training camp starts in about a month, late July. Possibly I'll make the predictions between the last preseason or so around that to before the first week of the season starts. So somewhere around that time, I'll come back out and I'll make my predictions for each division, in which team I think will win the division, and then who will be second, third, and so forth, last place. So that'll take place today. I just wanted to come out and talk about some teams, and come out today, talk about one team. Maybe later on, come out talk about another team. Maybe tomorrow, but start talking about these teams. A lot of them made some changes. A lot of them helped these teams, I think, to improve and possibly even make the playoffs. Other teams let some key players go that I think may hurt them. So I'm here to talk specifically about that. They're really short videos. They'll be uploaded to all the GT Sports 100 social media platforms later today. But I want to start off with the defending champions, the last team standing last year, the Seattle Seahawks. The best team in the NFL last year. To my surprise, I did not pick them to win the Super Bowl. A lot of people probably didn't think that they were going to win the Super Bowl. They surprised a lot of people. They have a great defense, still have a great defense. And so now we go to this year. The Seahawks have lost some key personnel. Players, I think that may affect them. Look, they play in the toughest division in football. I think that division is must see. I don't have a favorite team on that division, but I love watching because the competition is so good. Outside of the Arizona Cardinals, who have been really bad, and again, I don't think they'll be this year in a position to compete with the other three teams. The Seattle Seahawks, the Los Angeles Rams, and the San Francisco 49ers are going to battle it out, and it's great to watch those three teams go out in this division. I thought last year the 49ers were injured. They will be healthy this year, starting the season, I believe. So they will be better because they're healthy. The Rams are who they are. They'll be in it. And then you have the defending champion Seahawks. Now, this year coming up, though, the Seahawks, like I said, they've lost some personnel that I think are going to affect them to see if they can win the division and get back to the Super Bowl, win the Super Bowl. That's going to be tough this year, I think, because we start off with to what I think is the biggest loss, and that's their offensive coordinator, Clint Kubiak. Clint Kubiak will not be there this year. He has moved on to become the head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders. I am a Clint Kubiak fan. I think this guy is really, really bright. But I think that's a huge loss for the Seahawks. They now have named David Fleury as their new offensive coordinator, who's been around. I think this is the first time he's ever been an offensive coordinator. So we'll see how things will work there for Brian Fleury as he's been named the new offensive coordinator. And the reason I think Clint Kubiak is a huge loss for them is because I think he had a big part in Sam Darnold playing the way he played last year. When you have a defense, in my opinion, like the Seahawks, really you don't have to do too much to win games, right? You just don't put that defense in a position to lose the game, right? They're going to stop most offenses. They're just that good. But I thought the way that the offense was run, Clint Kubiak understanding Sam Darnold, his strengths, and understanding how he could win games really helped Sam Darnold win ball games. He's no longer there. We've known new offensive coordinators come in sometimes first year they struggle, right? Look at the Detroit Lions. The Detroit Lions, lost off their offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, and look what happened to them last year, right? Didn't even make the playoffs. So I'm not saying that's going to happen to Seattle, but sometimes it takes some time to click. Will that happen for the Seahawks? I don't know. That's one of my concerns. Kubiak not being there, them bringing in a new offensive coordinator. And then they lost their running back, Kenneth Walker, who, it's a huge loss. They don't pay attention a lot to running backs. They don't seem to be as important as they were when I was young watching the NFL, but they're still an important part of winning a game. They don't pay them as they used to back in the day, but I still think the loss of Kenneth Walker is going to hurt Seattle at some point. They do got some running backs. We'll see how much of an effect they will have in the run game, but I think that's something to keep a close eye on because losing Walker, I think, is going to hurt them to some degree. And then the other thing is, as I talk about the Seattle Seahawks, they're in the toughest division, man. They have to play the Rams twice. They have to play the 49ers twice. I don't know who you select, right? Because I think on any given game, any team can win, right? The Rams, I'll talk about them a little bit more, but they got better this year. So when these teams battle, I think those 4 games, because the Seahawks will play the Rams twice and they'll play the San Francisco 49ers twice, will be a big difference, right? If they split it, or if they sweep them, that's huge for Seattle. But if they lose 2 games to the Rams, if they lose both games to the 49ers, then that can be costly for the Seahawks in terms of, can they make the playoffs? The other thing is, when you look at the schedule up here, right, the 5 games, I mean, it is brutal, right? And the reason I came up with that schedule is because through their schedule, those 5 games are key. What they would do in those 5 games, I think, would determine to me how good Seattle is going to be this year, because they'll have the LA Chargers to start off. The Chargers should be better this year, so they'll play them. And then right after that, they'll play the San Francisco 49ers. That's a division game. And then they play at Denver, playoff team. Kansas City was not a playoff team, but with Patrick Mahomes back, they will be dangerous. Oh, by the way, Kenneth Walker, the running back for the Seahawks, is now the running back for the Chiefs. And then you've got the Chicago Bears, who really, I think, are going to be better this year than they were last year. So those are the 5 games that they got, one after the other. The only thing I see here that could help Seattle is 4 of those 5 games will be played in Seattle. But again, the Chargers, then the Niners, a division game, then the Broncos, the Chiefs, and the Bears. That stretch right there is I think, going to be tough for Seattle. 4 of those 5 games they do play at home. Tough place to play in Seattle. But those are playoff teams outside of Kansas City, but I think is going to be better this year with Patrick Mahomes. How will they fare in those 5 games will tell me a lot. When those 5 games are done, what their record shows will tell me a lot about where I think Seattle will end up here. Are they a playoff team? Of course they could be a playoff team. Their defense is that good. My concern is the offensive coordinator. How much of an effect or not effect is he going to have on Sam Darnold? How well will Sam Darnold play now with a new offensive coordinator not having his running back? We'll see if those 2 things even make a difference. But right now, I'm going to tell you this. I do not have the Seattle Seahawks, I can tell you right now, as the favorite to win this division. I'll leave it up to you, as I'll come back to let you know who I think. I'm not going to mention who I think is going to win that division until later on. But I can tell you my thought won't change in that Seattle, I don't think, is the best team in this division going into the 2026 season. And I don't think, unless bar injury, something happens to these other teams where they end up with a lot of injuries. But if they stay healthy, I don't have the Seattle Seahawks winning their division this upcoming year. And nothing is going to change my mind when I do make my predictions. But are they a playoff team? Are they a tough team? Absolutely. It's just I want to see how Sam Darnold is going to play under this new coordinator, and what kind of an effect is this new coordinator going to have? Because I think losing Clint Kubiak was a huge loss for the Seattle Seahawks. So that's just one team I wanted to come out and quickly just give you my thoughts on them. Like I said, I'll probably come back later on today. I'll talk about another NFL team or in a couple of days, but I'll be coming up talking about these team short videos, just giving you my thoughts. I'll make the predictions on which team I think will win the division and who will be second, third, and last place in these divisions. But that's after training camp between the last preseason game and the start of the season. So before week 1, I think it starts on a Wednesday. Before that game is played, I will have given you all of my predictions on all these teams where I think they'll fare in their division. So again, just wanted to come out. GT Sports, keep it 100. Talking NFL, man, I'm excited because the NFL season is just around the corner. Best time of the year, football season. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'll talk to you guys soon.